This is the plaintiff, Amy Grady. She says the defendant is her daughter, who she loaned money to, and now can't seem to get her to pay back the loan. Her unappreciative daughter has the money to throw a big party, so she must have the money to pay her back. And daughter or no daughter, she's here seeking justice and the return of her hard-earned $900. This is the defendant, Tori Grady. She says her dear mother asked her if she could claim her daughter on her taxes, and in exchange, she gave her $900. It's very sad that her mother's now claiming the money was a loan, and it's very sad they're here in court, and it's very sad because she simply did not borrow the money. She's accused of creating Momma-Drama.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff is suing her daughter for money that she owes her, but the defendant says they made a deal. Plaintiff got an income tax deduction using the defendant's kid, giving her $900. It's the case of 1040, over and out.
Thank you, Douglas. Amy Grady?
Yes.
You are suing your daughter, Tori Grady,
Yes.
for $900, an amount that you say she, I guess, stole from you by not giving it back to you.
Exactly.
Tell me what's going on.
Okay, which and Tori's my daughter, right? And so Tori, she resides at a shelter, right? And so when she went into the shelter, which in her case manager had told Tori, like she had to start saving money once she got a job. Excuse me, once she got a job, and which in Tori, she works, you know?
Okay, Tori, what do you do for a living?
I work at Target.
Okay, and why does the case manager say to you you have to start, other than that it's a good idea, what was the goal?
So I can save to get my own apartment. So when it's time to move out.
And when you say to get your own apartment, you mean with public assistance, correct?
Yes.
The government helps you to pay for, but they want you, before they put you in that situation, take you out of a shelter and help you to pay for an apartment, they want to know that you are responsible about your money.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so they demand when you're working that you save $50 a month, correct?
A week.
A week, I'm sorry,
Yes.
$50 a week. Okay, so that's what they tell you, and then what happens?
Okay, so, okay, which in, she knew she's supposed to have saved this money, right? Which in I guess she disregarded it because she didn't save any money.
How much were you making a week?
$360.
Okay, do you have children?
Yes, 2.
How old are they?
I have an 11-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son.
Okay, and go on.
Okay, so which in she didn't save the money, so it was time for almost recertification.
Okay, what were you doing with the money? Because the shelter's paying for your housing, right? You don't have to pay,
Yes.
and so what were you doing with the $350 a week?
I get paid bi-weekly, so
Okay.
I was basically buying food and everything because I do not eat that food in there. It's not good. So I buy my kids food, I buy them what they need, and
And you couldn't save, what did you save?
well, right now I got like $500 saved.
No, not right now. At the
Oh.
point where you needed your mother's help, what had you saved?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
So then she had came to me, right? So she said, "Ma, it's almost time for my recertification in the shelter." So, and you know, like I supposed to have $900, right? So, which is she didn't have the $900. That's why she came to me and asked me. So, okay, but when she came to me, she asked me, did I want to claim my granddaughter? Which, and I had my grandchildren like almost 2 years, like last year, 2014, and so I was like saying no because Tori's having problems as far as receiving her return from IRS, you know. So I was like, I don't know about that, Tori, you know, me claiming Tanaya, but by my knowledge now I know.
Okay, I'm sorry, but what do you mean by you claiming Tanaya was...
Like if I were to claim Tanaya and I get my refund back, like, you know, like I can...
Right, but did you have Tanaya?
No, not at that time, no.
Right. I mean, well, no, I don't mean at that time. At the time that covers the taxes that you're filling out.
Yes, I did. I had it 2014. Yes, I did.
Well, then why wouldn't you claim her on your taxes if that's
because the judge, you know, because we went back to court and they gave her back her rights to her kids. So me not, you know.
What does that have to do with when you fill out your taxes? What they're asking is during the year in question,
Right.
which I guess you're talking about 2014.
Right.
Did you have a dependent? And you're saying you did.
Yeah, I had the kids.
Is that true? Did she have them in 2014?
July 2014, me and my kids went into the shelter.
Okay, so she had them for part of the time?
Yes.
Okay, so she had suggested to you to claim Tanaya for the whole year.
Right.
All right, and what? And that was going to be the trade-off for the $900?
Like, yeah, something like that, yes.
So if you didn't have that $900, then you would have to
send
what?
me back. They was gonna have me do the whole.
Kind of important that you would have saved
Yes.
the money that you were supposed to save, huh?
Yes.
And so, okay. So I said, okay, Tori, I'm going to do you a favor. I said, if I go to the bank and withdraw $900 out of my account, but first I asked her, the $900, if I loan you this $900 to show to the man, your case manager, he's not going to keep this money order that I'm going to go get for you. She said, no, Ma, he's not going to keep it. She said, I'm going to bring it back to you the same day because of even...
Oh, so then you said to her, let me help you scam the case manager and fool the case manager into thinking that you are a good risk for government housing, as opposed to the person who actually was saving the money and doing without in order to get to their goal. Is that right?
I was helping her in the...
Yeah, it sounds really bad when I say it, right? Okay, so go on.
So I went and gave her the $900, right? So she had her interview with her case manager, and okay, he made a copy of the money order to show that she had the $900. But which one she's supposed to have brought me the $900, that money order back that day, and she said that she was, but she didn't. She spent the money.
How do you know?
Because she, I seen it, because when I called Tori and I said, Tori, so where's my money? She said, I'm gonna bring it to you. I'm gonna bring it to you with like an attitude. And so when Tori talks like nasty towards me, I knew that she already had spent my money.
What's your daughter spending the money on?
She spent the money on her and her kids.
What happened with the money?
Would you sue your daughter if she stiffed you?
Yes, I would, because if she asks to borrow it, she's entitled to pay me back.
Okay, fair enough. Would you sue her?
No, I wouldn't sue her.
Because?
She's my daughter. She's my family.
But she's disrespecting you by saying, I'm not going to pay you back.
Correct. Well, we'll talk about it. Over time, I think we'll...
This was the time to talk about it. Okay, we'll talk later. Going inside the courtroom.
I did cash the money because at that time, my job messed up with my debit card that they sent in the mail, and I took some of the money, and I thought that week that I would get paid and I could put it back in, return the money order to my mom, but that didn't happen. It took them a week to pay me out for my job, and I had like $780 of the money left, and she thought that I spent all of it when I didn't.
I'm sorry, you're here because you didn't pay any of it to your mother back.
Yes.
So I'm just curious, why haven't you paid any of it to your mother back?
I mean, I was gonna give the $900 back to my mom, but
then what happened?
My check got messed up.
And then what happened? Because a long time has passed.
And then me and my mother got into it, and then I just took it upon myself.
So tell me about you and your mother getting
her.
into it.
We start arguing about the money, and she was telling me how wrong I was, and she's always there for me, and she was very disappointed what I did.
Right.
Yes.
And that was somehow not. So that's why you didn't pay her? Because she pointed out your shortcomings?
Yes.
Really?
I mean, I
yeah, it sounds awful when I say it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, did you end up calling her case manager?
I had called to ask him, did he make a copy of that money order that Tori had presented to him? And he said yes. And I asked him, could he send me a copy of it? And he said, no, he needed authorization from Tori.
What did you want a copy of it for?
So I can have it when I come to court, to show that I had, gave her that $900.
Honest to God. What's going on now with your housing situation?
I've done received Section 8. I'm about to move into an apartment.
What do you think they're going to do when they hear this? Let me tell you, too, the many things that are going through my head. All right? There are people out there who are standing in line to get the benefits that you are getting, who need help. And they're trying to do everything right. They're saving up that money. But you go ahead and spend every penny, and then when it's time to show that you're responsible, you scam in order to show that you're responsible. And it makes me want to get up off this bench and... All right? Now, the government is going to help you to get your place because you've essentially cut in front of all the other people trying to do it right, who there's a consequence for when they don't. Now let me tell you how I feel about you. You can't wait to help her cut the line. So when I look at both of your acts and I say, whose is worse? My God, at least she was trying to help her daughter. What do you do to the woman who tried to help you and your kids? you spend the money. What is wrong with you? Put your big girl panties on and act like a woman and a mother. Do you understand me?
Yes.
And pay your mother back. $900 verdict for the plaintiff.
Well, let's first talk to the defendant. Come on out here. Tell me, you feel any shame or embarrassment about, trying to scam that way?
I do feel a little bad.
You feel bad.
Yes.
What's it like to be in the courtroom and be on the opposite side of your mom in a court case like that?
It feels bad because that's my mom, and she always do help me, and what I did was wrong.
Okay, all right. Follow Officer McIntosh around the corner there. All right, there's a contrite daughter of yours. What kind of example are you setting?
Well, I thought I was helping her, but I'm sorry that it had to come to this, that we had to come to court, for me to get my money.
So you are setting a good example for her then, is what you're saying?
Me helping her, yes, so she didn't have to start all over.
All right. What do you think, Harvey?
I gotta say, Kurt, this case is kind of hopeful because we usually don't see litigants admitting they were wrong. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.